Hey guys, and welcome to another lolBaDss guide. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get out of Elo Hell with my new favorite champion, Zed. A recent meta has been to get extremely good with just a couple of champions such as Singed or Nidalee, along with a couple of other backup supports, etc. for when you can't get your pick. I wanted to put this theory to the test using my weapon of choice, Zed. It's a little easier with a champion like Galio, Kennen, Amumu, or some other strong game-changer champ. However, basically any champ can do this if you get creative. To make big plays with Zed, I try to put pressure on every lane. For this reason, I like to play mid the best, but for this game I'm actually playing top. I go with MS runes. I first went with 2 MS runes, but have recently switched to 3, and it paid off in this game, as you will see during an encounter with Ari. I get AD reds for last hitting and early game pressure, armor yellows to reduce damage from creeps and turrets, and for blues I go CDR. I usually go a mix of flat and per level CDR blues, but per level works well, also putting me at around 33% CDR late game. My masteries are 2190, but I move the points around a little. I was doing the math for the plus 0.5% damage mastery, and it just didn't stack up with the plus damage per level 1. Essentially, if I had 300 attack damage, it would only be adding 1.5 damage. So I took those points and put them into CDR. I prefer a bit of utility as I feel I do enough damage already. I didn't get the plus damage to crits because I don't get any crit on him. I don't get lifesteal because I poke, get in, get out. The defense tree portion is fairly self-explanatory. You can move the points around a little, more armor or MR, but I keep it as you see it. I start the game out with boots 3 pots and typically go directly into a Brutalizer as my first item. We start out like most low elo games with the Fiora in the wrong place at the wrong time, securing us first blood and setting the tone for the game. It looks like this Fiora didn't watch my guide on how to jungle. At the end of the video you're going to see a bonus clip that goes over itemization and skill orders. There isn't just one way to do it, so I go over the multiple different ways. I have a basic build and a basic skill order I get, but it changes up depending what lane I'm in and who I'm against. Right off the bat, Renekton is playing aggressive. I stay by my caster minions, which ensure any exchange goes in my favor. Seeing that he outdamages me at level 1, he tries an early all-in. After I kill him, I flash away to ensure that the caster minions don't kill me. I take no chances in ranked. Had he been using masteries to reduce minion damage, it might actually worked in his favor. That's why the right masteries are so important. You will see mine save me for a second time later on. It's best to stay in lane rather than go back and spend the gold. The XP alone will make up for any advantage the Dorans would give you. With such a big wave of creeps, I feel pretty confident I could essentially 2v1 if I needed to, so I stay pushed on the lane. After I burn my W, I have to play a lot safer because that's essentially like my flash. I know Fiora, if she's smart, should be trying to gank me right now. So I'm going to play extremely passive until I get a read on where she's at. And just like I thought, she comes out of the bush. She obviously has nothing she can do to me. Even if she decided to dash at me and slow me, I would have been under the turret before she did any real damage to me. As I knew any smart jungler would be waiting around at that point, I just made sure she didn't have the actual opportunity to gank me. Now here I started to go back, but I noticed Shen coming up through their jungle, and I know that's going to be a secure gank with his taunt on, so I just kind of get in position, get myself close without making it look obvious. Shen comes around, pulls the taunt off, I know he's so low, and bam. What you saw there is very important when playing Zed, especially on ranked. Every time you're about to kill someone using your ult or ignite, you have to make sure you turn around because cool guys do not look at explosions. Now at this part I get a little bit too aggressive. He blows his combo, so I think it's smart to use my W to go in and try and harass him a little bit, but that was obviously a bad idea. With his ult up, that is not something you'd want to do. I might have actually been able to burn him using my ult, but I didn't want to risk it. I already have the lane advantage. There's no sense playing it risky. However, what I did do is now his ulti is burned. I'm going to go ahead and go back, come right back into lane and be able to burn him down, knowing that he won't be able to use his ult. On this fight, Renekton tries to harass me a little bit, again thinking he's strong because of all that harass he just did with his ulti, but I still have my ult up, I have Ignite, he doesn't have anything. It was a really bad decision on his part, and the most important part, turn around, because cool guys don't look at explosions. I usually prefer mid lane to top lane, but because I am top lane, my goal is to shut him down and then move on to the other lanes whenever possible. I know that red is going to spawn soon, so I go and check that out. And surprise, surprise, there's Fiora trying to think of the exact same thing, which secures me an easy red. My whole goal wasn't even necessarily to kill her, but just to harass her and maybe send her back. Now, I'm going to go to mid lane to do the exact same thing. My goal is not to kill Vlad here, but to give my team the lane advantage. So all I'm doing is harassing, and just, you know, even if they got away at that point, bam, look how much damage I just did, force them back. However, I go ahead and get a Ignite off, turn around, cool guys don't look at explosions. Now at low elos I try and play as greedy as possible, and I know Renekton is coming this way. I have two teammates to back me up, so I know I am perfectly safe. There's no way he can catch me as long as my W is up. Once he burns everything, I pop my W over, do a little bit of harass, and I get an easy peasy kill here. You'll notice that's my second greed kill of the game, the first one being the one with Shen. I actually had an Ignite on him, on Renekton, and I got a second Ignite on him just to ensure that I got a kill. At low elos you want to get as stacked as possible. At high elos you want to save those when you can. With my lane still being pushed, I go up mid lane and notice there's an opportunity bot lane. When I get there, I do whiff my Q. volibear gets low, so I go in to get the kill secure. I go back, head back out to keep roaming, going towards mid. I've got my ulti, I've got everything ready, I'm feeling pretty safe, got red and blue buff. I encounter a Vlad. Vlad hasn't engaged me yet, thinking he's stronger than he is. He starts engaging me. I try not to burn my ulti because I know that someone else is going to be coming up on me. However, I whiff my Q here again, and thinking that I would have definitely hit him, I didn't think to use my E. That was a pretty big mistake on my part, but I couldn't turn around to correct it because Fiora was right behind me. If she got in range with her ulti, it would have been game over. Not to let a Vlad get away that easily, I make sure to go back into his lane and clean him up. I'm not going to let that mistake happen twice. Again, at low elos, your goal is to just push towers and win the game as early as possible. I have an Ashe there, I could easily ult her, take her down, but that is not the point. I take down the turret and move on out of there. Noticing how low mid-turret is, I go in for the dive and go for my good buddy Vlad. However, I'm taking no risks. Once again, I W out of there. I still have my flash up. Noticing Draven's ult going out, I'm feeling pretty safe. See if there's anything I can do in there. I don't want to get out of there completely again. I still have my flash and my W's coming up, so I don't want to leave any teammates behind that I don't have to. I get smacked by Draven's ult coming back. However, I stay in there. You don't want to leave if you don't have to. Always want to be near your teammates just in case. However, it is very important never to stick around too much. If you don't know where people are, don't get caught out of position. It's never worth it. Alright guys, I'm sure you're tired of hearing my voice by now. I'm sure you know which direction this game is headed. So I'll go ahead and let this video ride out to some good tunes.
Come to the games, kill TMNT. I'm the man with the mask, Oroku Saki. Gonna kill that rat, he's my arch enemy. And the turtle scheme messing with my destiny. Started way back in my home Japan. Me and Yoshi were both members for the clan. Got into some beef, yes I killed the man. Splinter standing there, yes he clawed my face. One slice of my blade, now his ears erased. Still on the chase, gonna get that group. Having me a bowl of some turtle soup. Serve it to my party at the mansion next. If it's like Raphael, the world is next. Bebop, Rocksteady's bodyguards. It friends, it's all worth it, our body's hard. Coming to your house, yes, we're coming to the sewer. No one day it smell like cow manure. I'm liking me some April, yes, Miss O'Neil. And I know Leonardo tried to Copperfield. He came in second to Casey Jones. Cause your ass is a freak and you'll die alone. Man, at the rooftop, you gang attack. Till I hand it all for you, your ass is back. Knocked off the edge by a cheap tactic. Thinking that I'm dead, but I come back mad quick. Coming back stronger, coming back fast. Coming back super, coming back as Kevin Nash. Back with a vengeance and you'll feel my wrath. You can try to stop me, but your weapons make me laugh. I know what's mad, cause I discovered secrets about the ooze. Teach you how I am the mutagen. And I'm damned if I let these mutants win. Never, ever gonna let Steven Charbon or I'm gonna shred. They call me Coach Lad and I like the dice. And I'm cutting up a human like they do a pizza slice. Getting fat on food, I say thin from rice. And I'm gonna make my move soon, strong, precise. Thinking I'm a joke, but I'm not the losing type. And I enter to the shadows with the foot into the night.
Alright, so it has a name. It has a name.
During the bonus clip here, I wanted to talk to you about skill order and itemization. You're going to max your Q first every time, and if it's a safe lane that you can go all in regularly, you're going to max your E second. If you're being ganked regularly or you need extra range on your pokes, you're max your W. I max my W before E probably 20% of the time. I get a Hexdrinker, Phage, and then level 2 boots. Then I go for BloodThirsters. Phage first if top lane, Hexdrinker first if mid lane. I'll get GA, then turn Phage in either Triforce or Frozen Hammer. Most of the time I go Merc Treads, but when they have low CC, I go CDR boots.